Good morning everyone. Once again, welcome to the chemistry online class. Hope all are doing well. As you know, we are dealing with the chapter 18, wastewater story. In the last class, we learned about cleaning of water, about sewage and sewerage, and how to treat the polluted water in a simple method. Today, we will learn about wastewater treatment plant and better housekeeping practices. First, let us know about wastewater treatment plant. Treatment of wastewater involves physical, chemical and biological method which removes physical, chemical and biological matter that contaminate the wastewater. Children, have you seen any wastewater treatment plant?
In this picture, we can see a wastewater treatment plant. Let us learn the steps involved in wastewater treatment plant. First step is screening. Wastewater is passed through bar screens. Large objects like racks, sticks, cans, plastic packets, napkins, etc. are removed in this process. Second step is grit removal. After screening, water goes to a grit and sand removal tank. The speed of the incoming wastewater is decreased to allow sand, grit and pebbles to settle down. The third step is oil and grease removal. After grit removal, water is contaminated with oil and grease. Water is allowed to settle in a large tank which is sloped towards the middle. Solids like feces settle at the bottom and are removed with a scraper. This is the sludge. A skimmer removes the floatable solids like oil and grease. Water so cleared is called clarified water. The byproducts of wastewater treatment are sludge and biogas. The sludge is transferred to a separate tank where it is decomposed by the anaerobic bacteria. Anaerobic bacteria are those bacteria that do not live or grow when oxygen is present. The biogas produced in the process can be used as fuel or used to produce electricity. The fourth step is aeration. Air is pumped into the clarified water to help aerobic bacteria to grow. Aerobic bacteria are those bacteria that can grow and live when oxygen is present. Bacteria consume human waste, food waste, unwanted matter, etc. After several hours, the suspended microbes settle at the bottom of the tank, which is called as activated sludge. The water is then removed from the top. The activated sludge is about 97% of water. This water is removed by sand drying beds or machines. Dried sludge is used as manure, returning organic matter and nutrients to the soil. The treated water has a very low level of organic material and suspended matter. It is discharged into a sea, a river or into the ground. Children, did you know we should plant eucalyptus trees all along sewage ponds? These trees absorb all leftover wastewater rapidly and release pure water vapor into the atmosphere.
Moving on to the next topic, that is better housekeeping practices. There are many ways to minimize and eliminate the waste and pollutants at their source when we are releasing down the drain. Some of the ways to minimize the pollutants are:
cooking oil and fats should not be thrown down the drain. They can harden and block the pipes. So, we throw oil and fats in the dustbin. Chemicals like paints, solvents, insecticides, motor oil, medicines may kill microbes that help purify water. So, do not throw them down the drain. Some waste like used tea leaves, solid food remains, soft toys, cotton, sanitary towels, etc. will choke the drains. So, These waste should also be thrown in the dustbin. Next is sanitation and diseases. As you know, poor sanitation and contaminated drinking water is the cause of a large number of diseases. A very large fraction of our people defecates in the open on dry riverbeds, on railway tracks, near fields, and many a time directly in water. This untreated human excreta is a health hazard. It may cause water pollution and soil pollution. Both the surface water and groundwater gets polluted. As you know, groundwater is a source of water for wells, tube wells, ponds, lakes, rivers, dams, canals, etc. If groundwater gets polluted, this may result to waterborne diseases like cholera, typhoid, polio, meningitis, hepatitis, dysentery, etc. To improve sanitation, low-cost on-site sewage disposal systems are being encouraged. For example, septic tanks, chemical toilets, compositing pits, etc. Septic tanks are suitable for places where there is no sewerage system. Excreta from the toilet seats flow through covered drains into a biogas plant. The biogas produced is used as a source of energy. We know that railway stations, bus stations, airports, hospitals are a very busy places. Thousands of people visit them daily. Large amount of waste is generated here. It must be disposed of properly, otherwise infectious diseases could break out. The government has laid down certain standards of sanitation, but unfortunately they are not strictly enforced.
So, we all have a role to play in keeping our environment clean and healthy. Let us educate others a good sanitation practices to be followed by every individual. Let us make our India a clean country. So that's all about this chapter. This chapter was completed. Hope all of you understood this chapter. This is an easy chapter. In this chapter, we learned about how wastewater could be reused. Go through the video URL, attend the test question. I have attached notes as well as textual exercise questions. Copy the notes and download the textual exercise. Study well and read the lesson well. See you in the next class. Until then, take care. Bye children.